Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well, and thank you so much again for taking the time to watch my whiskey wandering video. This time I'm back at Costco Marina Del Rey in Los Angeles, and this Costco usually has some pretty good whiskeys. And today was an exceptionally good day for whiskey hunting, as I got one of the last bottles of the elusive and ever sought after Blantons, which I haven't seen in the wild, and well, I've never even seen at Costco for sure. Now, before we get to it though, if you like these videos of me whiskey shopping at Costco, please don't forget to like and subscribe. That way you can get updates when my newest videos get put up. So thanks again, and let's get down to it. So the first bottle of note that I came across at this trip to Costco was one that really genuinely shocked me. I guess that's kind of the only way to put it. I think this is the first time I've ever seen Blantons at Costco, and when I saw it, it was almost a panic. I just heard basically like alarms, like meep, 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 going off in my head, and I thought, you know what? I better go buy this bottle before I do any other shopping, because if I don't, it's definitely going to get swooped on. So I ran to the front like a greedy goose, and I tried to buy 3 bottles, but they unfortunately only let me buy 1, or I guess fortunately, depending how you look at it. And then I went back to the video, and there was another guy. They're basically doing the exact same thing as me. So basically like walking up real slow, then pausing, and then it hits him, and he runs the front to buy the last bottle before he does any other shopping. Now, according to the people at Costco, they had 10 bottles at the opening today at 10 a.m. But by the time I got there at 11 a.m., they had already been down to the last one. So he got the last one, and I got the second to last one. So needless to say, they go super duper quick. Now, I wish I could have gotten 2, but you know, I guess you got to save some bourbon for everybody, but just got to be happy with the one that I got for the time being. Okay, so enough story time. Let's get down to why this is such a special find. Now, Blanton's is distilled by Buffalo Trace in the USA and produced by Sazerac Inc. It's said that because of the particularities of the warehouse where it's stored and the aging of the whiskey is more consistent than usual, meaning that it only needs to be barreled between 6 to 8 years to get the full flavor profile. Additionally, look at the bottle. It just reeks of Southern charm and class. That being said, Costco price on the bottle is at $46.99. And before I get to the highs and lows, it seems that the price gouging on this bottle is next level. I see some stores asking for like $400 plus for the bottle, which it seems absurd, as well as some kind of clickbaity prices online as low as like $25, which doesn't really seem real or even possible. I don't know how they would do that. So I just kind of took the core top and bottom of the price curve and threw out the outliers. So for the highs and lows, I saw online in the area at $299.99 for the high and $229.99 for the low price, which brings the average cost down to $264.99. So if you buy it at Costco, you will save a crazy 82.27%. So I feel pretty lucky for today. I guess I should have bought a lotto ticket or something else. Anyways, so the alcohol by volume on the Blantons is at 46.5%, which is right around where I like a sipping bourbon. And the tasting notes online describe the flavor as unique, burnt sugar, cloves, soft but rich flavors, creme brulee, and toasty cornbread. So after all this hype, though, the actual reviews that I could find for Blanton's only gave it an average score of 79.99. So basically a C plus, or maybe a B minus if you're trying to explain it to your parents. Of course, the big detractors for the review tend to be the difficulty of purchasing the bottle and the gargantuan price hikes that the secondary market are asking for them, which is obvious. So in many ways, it feels like Blanton's is basically the Rolex Submariner of bourbon. Not that it's that expensive, which it is, the Rolex, and I guess Blanton's too, but it's more of a unicorn to even be able to buy it at MSRP. Now, my feeling for why the score is so low could also be that Blanton seems to be so overhyped so much that you may actually drink it and it could leave you a little unfulfilled. I guess that's why they say, you should never meet your heroes. That being said, in conclusion, obviously, this is a buy. Buy no matter what, especially at this price, because worst comes to worst, you can always sell it. Unfortunately, though, at this point, I will never know if it's actually good or not because I only have 1 bottle. Thanks, Costco. So, just have to wait until another blue moon comes around and find another bottle, and maybe we'll be able to try it then. But it will still look quite good, quite handsome, standing at attention on my collection. Now, the second whiskey that I want to go over today doesn't have the mass appeal of Blanton's, but it definitely seems like it tried. That is the Johnnie Walker Black Double Barrel. The Johnnie Walker Black Double Barrel is supposed to essentially be like the original Johnnie Walker Black, the world's finest blended scotch, according to the late Christopher Hitchens, author, magna cum laude contrarian, and no stranger to scotch, but with much more smoke added to it. It was meant to be a spin-off for Johnnie Walker Black drinkers who are looking to freshen up their relationship with the whiskey. The price at Costco right now is at $29.99 with a high and low of $55.99 and $39.99, which puts the average price in the wild at $47.99. Now, if you buy the Johnnie Walker Black Double Barrel, you'll be getting the savings of 37.51% at Costco. The alcohol by volume, or the ABV, is at 40%, so it is kind of on the weaker side, but it is the same as the normal Johnnie Walker Black, which I do love. The tasting notes for this rendition is charred wood, browned butter, and smoked honey. And now, the thing is that I bought this whiskey a couple years ago, so it's gone now, but I had bought it a couple years ago. I remember trying it and thinking to myself that the extra quote-unquote smokiness that comes from the double barrel that you would expect from a whiskey like this, it really wasn't there. And the reviews, they seem to reflect that feeling with a combined average score of 77, but most reviews are around in the 70s, in the mid-70s, with one outlier in the 80s who brought that score up to 77. So in the end, I think that it would be a good whiskey, but I think I would pass on it and just go for the original Johnnie Walker Black as a daily drinker instead. It's about $10 less. But it is kind of cool that they are trying to tweak the design and make it hip and cool for new whiskey drinkers. But ultimately, I think what is happening is that in the end, they lose a lot of those Johnnie Walker Black legacy drinkers. And what they gain is just a handful of neophyte whiskey drinkers willing to experiment, but not really willing to invest in the relationship with a Johnnie Walker Double Black, like myself. All right, so that's it for today's Whiskey Wandering at Costco and Marina Del Rey in Los Angeles. Thank you all so much again for watching to the very end, and I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. That way you can get notified when my newest videos get put up. Also, don't forget, if you see a whiskey that you love, just buy it, because if you don't, somebody else surely will. We see it at the Blantons today, and that might even be me. So have a great rest of your day. I'm out, and adios.